Okay, let's take a look at our last problem. How many kisses are in a 32.0 ounce bag of Hershey Kisses if one serving consists of 9 pieces and weighs 41 grams? So this problem is a little difficult because you have a lot of numbers being thrown at you. The key thing when you're given a problem like this is you need to figure out what is the definitive quantity that you're starting with. So there's a lot of numbers being thrown at you, but really when it comes right down to it, what is it you're actually trying to convert? What's the defined amount that you need, that you're starting with, that you need to convert? So you're given three numbers, 32 ounces, 9 pieces, and 41 grams. These last two pieces of information, if you really think about it, they're conversion factors. So for example, if you read it, it says if one serving consists of 9 pieces, it weighs 41 grams. So those are all equalities. Those are conversion factors. So we're not going to start with those. What number we're going to start out with is we're going to start out with this 32 ounces. So 32.0 ounces, this is actually the quantity the problem is asking us to convert. And from that information, from a 32 ounce bag, we want to know how many individual kisses are in that bag. So if we make our roadmap, I'm going to do it here at the top, we're going to start out with ounces, right? So we're going to start out with ounces because you have a 32 ounce bag and you need to ultimately get to just how many kisses are in the bag. Okay, so what information are we given? So we're given that one serving consists of 9 pieces and that weighs 41 grams. So 9 pieces or 9 kisses, that's actually something that we're going to end up with. So we know that there's a relation between kisses and then one serving. So I'll just write serving here. Okay, and we know that there's a relation also between serving and grams, because we know that one serving, which is 9 pieces, is also 41 grams. Now what you could do is you could actually combine these two right here, because you know for every 41 grams there's going to be 9 Hershey Kisses. So this actually is one conversion factor. You don't have to go through the serving middle ground. You could just go directly from grams to 9 pieces. Now the question then remains is, how do you get from ounces into grams? So ounces is the same unit system as pounds. And so if we can get from ounces into pounds, we can then get from pounds to grams. We saw a problem earlier about how to get from pounds to grams. So this one we're used to. We just need to know how many ounces are in a pound. And that you can look back in your notes, or you could look that up on the internet. On the test, you'd be given that conversion factor most likely, so you wouldn't have to memorize that. But that's our roadmap. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up our conversion factors. And if I look up here, we've got, let's see, this is going to be 1 conversion factor, 2, and then we're going to combine this last one, 3. So there's 3 conversion factors that will get us the answer. Set that up. Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to get from ounces into pounds, and that's going to cancel out my ounces. Next thing I want to do is I want to get from pounds to grams, so the pounds will cancel out there. And then finally I want to get from grams to, I'm just going to write pieces, and that'll cancel out my grams. So now let's go and fill in the numbers. So we know we can look this conversion up. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. There are, in every 1 pound, there are 453.6 grams. And then we are told from the problem that there are 9 pieces for every 41 grams that you have. So now we have everything set up. So we calculate 32.0 times 453.6 times 9, and then we're going to divide that number by 16, and we're also going to divide it by 41. And if we look at the number of significant figures that we have, we're dictated by the information that is up here. Now 9 pieces, we're not going to base sig figs off of the number 9, because you actually count out 9 pieces. So it's not that was rounded. You have Hershey Kisses in definitive quantity. So remember, when you count something, that doesn't dictate significant figures. However, 41 and 32.0, those are numbers that were actually measured. And so out of those two, 41 is our lowest. So I'm going to have my final answer have 2 significant figures. If I just multiply this out, I end up getting 199.1 pieces, but I need to find a way to round that to 2 significant figures. If I just round it to 200, that's going to be 1 significant figure. And I need to somehow make this into 2. So there's 2 options. You can either put a bar over that 0. It basically says that this is the last significant figure, so I could say 200 pieces that way. Or you could write it as 2.0 times 10 to the second pieces. Both ways dictate that there are both ways show that there are 2 significant figures in your final answer.